Guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the narcissist basically wishes evil on the innocent. The narcissist wishes evil on the innocent, you guys. What do I mean by that? I mean, as human beings, right, with empathy, we wish people well, at least most of the time, especially when no one has done anything to us. We don't have any bad blood with this person. This person hasn't done anything to us, right? We wish well on people. If we're put in a situation, in a group or in within our friendships, we're that person that, we're that ear to listen, to listen in. We're that person that wants good things to happen to you. We're that person that if we see someone mistreating you, we're telling you, you deserve better, right? That's what the empath does. You're constantly wishing well to other people, and you're wishing well on yourself, right? You're wishing better, greater things for yourself, success, things that you haven't accomplished or things you haven't done. These are the things that, keep you going, keep you wanting to do well to others. You want others to even enjoy part of your labor. You want people to enjoy themselves. You want to be able to be fruitful and eat with others and laugh with others and be spiritual with others. And that's something that the narcissist doesn't have, because the narcissist constantly wants to destroy anyone that has any type of innocence in them. So this person could be a child, and this child could be misbehaving, right? This child is misbehaving, but this child is still a child. So in your mind as an empath, you're thinking to yourself, this is a kid, a child. They have a lot of time to grow. They have a lot of things to learn, right? You're thinking, sometimes based off of our circumstances, people are expecting you to fail. And, all you need is that one person to believe in you, to, have faith in you, and things in your life can drastically actually change. But see, the narcissist hates that about the innocent. Anyone that can change, the narcissist hates. This is why they try to destroy you so badly. And this is why anytime you have success, anytime positive things are happening to you, the narcissist is actually angry, because they feel like these things aren't supposed to be happening to you. You shouldn't be getting these things and these offers. People shouldn't be offering you these great things. You don't even deserve it. The narcissist starts to put themselves in your shoes, and they start to build their own perception of you, right? And they're like, oh, you're not going to accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish. So in my case, I went to school. I went back to school trying to get my degree, and the whole time the narcissist is like, my sister has her degree already. You're not smart like my sister. And they'll say things to you because they're building a perception of you. And I realized that when I brought him around my family, he was uncomfortable because his perception of me was wrong. So when he came around my family and he saw how they lived and their finances, and the narcissist has nothing to show, now they don't have nothing to say. They don't want to talk now. Now they don't even want your family to ask them questions, because they're embarrassed of telling them what they do for a living. And in narcissist's mind, they know that you're going to belittle them. So this is where that fake arrogance comes. And now they're after you because they have something to prove to your family. Look, I can destroy this person that you've been molding. I can destroy them in a blink of an eye. So, the narcissist, you guys, they go after the innocent. At that time I was innocent. And then the world forced me to grow up based on my choices to stick with the narcissist. I didn't know this person hated me so much. Looking back now, I realize that I couldn't read through them the way I could read through them now. At that time, I was almost studying them, and anytime I thought about something, they threw me off. So what I realized when I was at the bottom, and they're still around you while you're at the bottom, hoping you fail again, is that they are hoping that you destroy yourself, because now you don't have the people that they've destroyed. They've killed everyone out of your life. So to them, it's like, oh, they start to feel good about themselves. They love bomb you because now you depend on them. Once you start to see that you really can't depend on them, and you start to do things for yourself, as for me, I started bartending and getting tips. And, when I would come home, the narcissist would watch me count my money, and there was this jealousy stirring up inside of them. And I'm thinking to myself, you already pulled me apart from my family, everything I cared about, my dreams. And now you see me doing something. This isn't what I want to do, but I'm doing it to make it, and you're mad. So they're picking at reasons why you don't deserve any of these things. And then they'll come up with a conclusion on their own. So they'll tell themselves, it's because you're a woman. It's because you're a woman, right? So they'll make your success about you being a woman. And this is what will start to, the hate will start to boil up inside of them. And now you're under attack, because they're like, let's see if you're going to withstand the battle. Let's see if you're really going to make it through the war. Even though I have nothing to do with your success, I didn't play any part in that. Let me see if I can destroy you. I'm just going to test this out. So most people cannot destroy you and take you off your pedestal. Most people cannot, because you already see it coming. But because you care about the narcissist, you're expecting their support. You're expecting them to support you. So what happens is that the narcissist becomes your ultimate hater. They're like, if you can allow me to break you down, if you could allow me to say things to hurt your feelings, if you could allow me to make you have a bad day at work or want to leave home early, if you can allow me to mess with your mind like this, if you could allow me to keep you up at night, to walk out on you, to stress you out, if you could allow me to do these things, you're not that great. And I could easily have the same job that you have if I had the opportunity to. If my parents would have helped me, if my life hadn't went left, I could have done the same things that you're doing. So your job, where you think you're at, that little pedestal you think you're at, it means nothing to me, because I'm able to take it away. I'm able to take it away instantly. So this is what I mean when I say that the narcissist, they go after, people who have a pure heart, the innocent. They go after the innocent. So if you're a child, and this is from experience, right? Because I've dealt with many narcissists, and when I dealt with this narcissist in particular on a very intimate level, once I started to figure out certain things about them, and how easily when they're around narcissists like themselves, they show their true colors, but when they're with you, they're showing this facade. But when they start to get to the point, see, at first you're making them look good. Then you start getting bad karma, you're getting car accidents. All the things that they got into the relationship with you for start to disappear, because they're after these things. So God is like, I'd rather these things disappear than the narcissist have any of these blessings from you. This is why it doesn't matter who they go to. Anyone dealing with a narcissist will lose everything just because they have that karma, waiting to be served to them. So while you're losing things, the narcissist knows you're losing these things because of them. They know that you're innocent in this situation. They know that you don't know who they really are. This is why they play games with their family and their friends. They know that even if you tried to figure them out, you couldn't figure them out, because what's behind that mask is something more diabolical. So when I say the narcissist goes after the innocents, this could be animals, right? They'll tell you, in my case, the narcissist used to sit here and talk to me about his brother, how his brother, shouldn't have all these animals. He doesn't even take care of them well. Like, his brother's a whole abuser, right? A whole animal abuser. That's basically how he portrayed him to be. But when I would be around his brother, I would be like, it's really dope that, he has all these birds and he knows how to, do tricks with all the birds in the sky. I admire that, when he calls on his birds, they all come from the sky and they come back down and go into their coops. I admire, the dogs that he has, I did see that sometimes it was like they were being mistreated. The dogs were being mistreated, and that's because, they're living outside. You see people and their dogs living outside, and it's easy for the dogs to be dirtier or get themselves in stuff, or even when they fight, and scratch on each other. So I did see him feed his dogs. So I would think to myself, it's not like he's not feeding the dog, but he does have a nice ass dog and it could look a lot better, right? The narcissist used to basically get mad because a lot of these dogs were like luxurious dogs that you can sell, and he would say, oh, his friends steal his dogs. He's dumb because, he's had his dog stolen, or he gives those dogs away for free. It's not like you're making any money. Like, what's the point? So it's just like this hate inside of them, but yet they'll be around these people, pretend like they don't really want to be around them. Me, I like animals. So I remember one time we got into an argument, and we had like one of those rotisserie chickens and a couple of other things that we were going to eat for dinner. But I remember the argument got so disrespectful to the point that, you guys, I got so mad, and I just grabbed the rotisserie chicken and I just threw it at the dogs outside. I opened the door and I just threw it at the dogs. Like, I'd rather feed the dogs than feed the narcissist. And the narcissist had this like stupid look on their face, like they couldn't believe it. And it was like, it kind of turned them on, like it kind of excited them that I finally stood up for myself. And after that, I noticed that the narcissist would start, because every time I would eat, I would just share my food with the dogs. So anytime I ate, I would just start throwing food at them. And the narcissist would start doing the same thing. And I also started to notice that him and his brother started getting closer, and one day when me and him got into an argument, and it was not even an argument, actually. I think we were just playing around. It wasn't an argument. We were playing around, goofing off, but the dog didn't know we were playing around. We were kind of like play fighting, but we weren't really serious, and the dog didn't know. And because the narcissist had been feeding the dog, now he's giving the dog attention. The dog pretended like he was gonna bite me, so he did the and acted like he was gonna bite me, and the narcissist just starts laughing. And when I say, the narcissist goes after the innocent, it's like they go even after pets, even after animals, even that little control that they saw they had over the dog, and how the dog defended him because the dog is used to seeing him every day. It was, to me, like red flag, right? But at that moment, you're not thinking anything of it. You're thinking, we're play fighting, dog almost bit me. But I'm not putting two and two together to tell myself, wow, the narcissist really goes after anyone who is innocent, anyone who is good. Anyone who is good, basically, the narcissist is going to come for you. If you're an old person living by yourself, the narcissist is going to come for you. So another thing the narcissist you will see that they will do is that they will go after kids. They go after children. They go after innocent little kids. They go after toddlers. They go after, preteens, preschoolers, teenagers. You just hit 18, 19, 20, 21, perfect age, because now they can't get in trouble, but they still like the fact that you're young. They go after anyone they feel like they're smarter than. If they feel like you're vulnerable, if they feel like they can manipulate you, like they can manipulate a dog to bite someone just by feeding it, by giving it snacks. To them, it's like, I can manipulate a kid to believe that if I take advantage of them, what I'm doing to them, it's right, and there's nothing wrong with it, even though by the time I'm basically out the picture, they're going to wake up and realize what I did to them, but by then I'll be gone. So the narcissist goes after the innocent because they know you're innocent, and they know that once the world starts breaking you down, once people around you, family, friends, start breaking you down, you're going to have a lot of resentment, and you're going to tell them the truth about things that happened in the past, and they're so caught up thinking about themselves that they're only speaking about their pain, how they're feeling, how you made them feel, that they're not seeing that the reason you reacted this way is because you're ignoring my emotions. I'm telling you, this is, these are your own, family members sometimes. And then you go through the world, and see that people only care about their feelings when you're speaking on something, and they twist your words, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Then on top of that, you'll do the right thing, and you'll speak for yourself. You're speaking logic, common sense. And the same people that are supposed to have common sense are listening to you have common sense. But now they're saying, well, you should have been the bigger person because they have none. So all because you present yourself in a way where now you acknowledge these things, you're being punished for it, and your feelings are being suppressed again. So they're siding with the person that has no common sense, which is the narc. By then, people, are so focused on your flaws that you have at hand, that it seems like the bigger things, the greater things that happen to you aren't real. Like they're almost like you're making it up, So this is why the narcissist does this. This is why they go after the innocent, the children. If you're pregnant, you're in a vulnerable state. The narcissist goes after pregnant women as well. If you're pregnant, they go after you, So if you're dealing with a narcissist woman, and this woman is feisty and she's trying to fight you, if you're pregnant, to her, that's the perfect opportunity to fight you. So any other time she didn't want to fight you, but now that you're pregnant, she wants to fight you. And even after the fight, she's telling her flying monkeys, I punched her in her stomach. I don't care if she's pregnant, but I punched her in her stomach. That's a narcissist for you. That's a narcissist, no consciousness. Rested development. This person might be an adult, but they're acting like kids. And even kids that act like this, it's not normal. Something's going on. This person is being manipulated by evil. And whoever is manipulating that person, chances are they preyed on them because of their innocence, and now that person's behaving like a narcissist, and they're doing the dirty work for that narcissist. That narcissist could have told that woman to go and kick that woman in the stomach. Go kick her in the stomach. She might be the new supply. And if she's not conscious, then the narcissist is puppeting her, and she's innocent. But her crime the crime she's committing is not innocent, meaning that she's going to have to reap her karma for that, for even listening to the narcissist and actually complying with what the narcissist told them to do. The narcissist sat there and said, I don't really like that woman. I don't really like her. You know, she knew she shouldn't have been getting involved with me. She knew I was with you. She just wanted to trap me to make you jealous. And then this person is abusing someone who is pregnant. I've seen it. I've literally heard it through the narcissist's mouth, how he's, they're talking about his brother's, baby moms. Like, she's in the hospital right now, and the side chick just went up to the hospital and beat her up after giving birth. She waited till after she gave birth to beat you up, because in her mind, hitting you while you were pregnant is too disrespectful. But I rather hit you when you're innocent, and you just had a baby, and you're there protecting an innocent life, and I'm gonna just go up there and beat you up after just giving life to an innocent person. That's the type of stuff narcissists do. And you're sitting there like, I don't know if I should be with this person anymore if they think this is normal. This isn't normal. And then the narcissist won't ever share anything with you again. Because now they're like, oh, you're not on my side. You don't see things the way I see them. And you're like, no, I don't. I don't see the point of doing something like that to an innocent. Oh, she's not innocent. She knew he was married. But that doesn't give you the right to go to the hospital to do that to someone when there's an innocent life that was just brought into this world. How could you, that's a memory I wouldn't wish on anyone to remember, right? The narcissist goes after the innocent. I remember the narcissist had nieces, right? And I guess the dad had full custody, which is his brother had full custody over his nieces, because I guess his nieces, the mother had been on drugs and she wasn't mentally right to take care of them. So the brother had full custody, and that's another story. Narcissists will take your kids from you, put you on drugs, or, they'll drive you crazy and take your kids from you. Some of them, they already know that if they don't do this, you're going to do it to them. So they have to make sure you look crazy. And that's another story. But that's how they ruined lives of innocent children, because these kids really wanted their mother, but they couldn't have their mother. But they would spend time with their mother here and there, but it's not the same, right? And when I would see them, their hair wouldn't be done, and I would be like, no one is like taking care of these kids the right way, right? Every once in a while someone might do their hair, but your hair should be done every day, right? So I would go over there and do their hair, because I felt bad because they didn't have a mom. So I would go over there, do their hair, and while I would do their hair, they would say, I wish you were my mom. I wish you were my mom. They know that I see them as innocent children at the end of the day because I'm the adult. But what happens is that the narcissist is a child, so they go back and forth with the children, almost like that bully at school, like a bully. And there's no remorse, and they don't ever give you any love. That's the thing about narcissists. They'll abuse you, but they won't give you any love, any affection, any drive, right? So, I do these girls' heads or whatever, hair, and they're like, oh, I wish you were my mom, and, saying little things like that. So eventually, when the narcissist started triangulating me, the kids told me that the narcissist triangulated me. They said, my uncle has a new girlfriend, That's what they said while they were playing outside. Like, I was walking by and they didn't say it directly into my eyes, but they said it out loud so that I could know. Like, they know they weren't supposed to tell me anything, but they still wanted to tell me because I believe that the kids they felt some type of loyalty with me. So, once I confronted the narcissist basically was like, they're children. How are you going to believe kids over me? I'm like, because they're innocent. They're innocent. They don't have nothing to lie over. They don't have nothing to lie about. So this is what the narcissist will hate. They hate innocent children because they talk too much. They tell the truth. See, the narcissist is filled with lies. So it irks them when kids tell the truth. And not only that, when they're exposing them. So now the narcissist is mad. He's mad at his brother. He's mad at everyone. He's like, you need to teach your kids to shut up, to not talk, to not make up lies. And now he's going to war with the innocent. Any other person would say to themselves, they'll be pissed, but at the end of the day, it's a kid, right? But the narcissists, now their motivation is to destroy that kid, meaning that if that little kid is in grown people's business, the narcissist feels like they can even sexually abuse you for that. They're like, I'll sexually abuse you because you got involved in grown people's business and you're over here peeking through my door and we're doing grown people stuff. This is a grown relationship and you're interfering in my relationship. So you must want to be my girlfriend or something because you're trying to interfere. You're trying to, put yourself in this triangulation. So I'm willing to abuse you if that's the case, So the narcissist is a very sick person because when they see innocence, you would think to yourself, it's a kid. But in the narcissist's mind, it's you're not a kid. You're a grown adult. You're acting like a grown adult. Now I'm going to get you, They're looking at you like, I know you don't have a mother. And you're being raised by my dumb brother that I don't respect. I will violate you just to hurt you and my brother because my brother doesn't understand that what you did was wrong. And it's like his brother could apologize and it's not going to change anything because the narcissist is pissed. They're already driven to get you back. They're like, I don't care. I still have to get you back. I don't let no one do stuff to me and just let it go. So the narcissist will attack that innocent kid. They will sexually molest this kid. They will hit this kid. They will violate them. They will call them names, call them stupid, tell them that they're never going to amount to anything. And when you hear these things, you can tell the narcissist, hey, you shouldn't be talking to kids like that. You shouldn't be saying those type of things. And they'll say it's true. But it's true. They don't have a mom. And they're being raised by my brother and he's crap. And they're going to a school that it's nothing but, it's a low down school. It's not even a good school. And they're too consumed with music and all these rappers and all these rappers who are overly sexualized doing TikTok videos. So if they're looking for attention from grown men, then that's what they're going to get. Now they're making excuses to violate the innocent. Now they're making excuses. That's what they're going to get. They're going to get someone to get them pregnant at a young age. And the kids aren't even thinking about that. The narcissist is calling this stuff out. They're trying to tell the children where their life is headed, and they're still kids. You don't know where their life is headed yet, fool. You're just saying that because you're jealous of the innocent. You're jealous of the time they have that you don't have anymore. So now you want to ruin them so that later on they could just destroy themselves. Later on they could have problems and destroy themselves. Sometimes a narcissist will tell you that these kids are out here acting grown with other people and things like that. And really, it's them. It's them the whole time. They're telling you, oh, my nieces are fast. They're walking up the street trying to get grown men's attention. But it's them too. They're paying attention to it. One day, the narcissist had told me something very disturbing about his niece, and I said to him, why hasn't your brother went to the police? Like, if that was my daughter and that was my family member, I would call the police. From the outside in, I didn't want to say anything because I don't really know the details or what's going on, or simply put myself in danger with these type of people. But I told him, why hasn't anyone went to authorities? And they're like, because she's the one that's being a fast girl. She's the one that is throwing herself at grown men, so that's what she's gonna get. She's gonna end up just like her mother. I didn't know necessarily who was involved in what. I didn't know anyone's names, so it was no way that I could have done anything about the situation. But later on, once I started to know that the narcissist, like, this is a demonic person, I looked back at those situations and I'm like, you never told me the name because it probably was you, and you're just trying to see what I would think. A lot of times, the narcissist could simply just be lying and also just telling a tale just to see your perception, but this is just to let you guys know the mind of a narcissist, like the direction, or if they're thinking of doing something, or if they just want to throw you off because they already know these kids talk a lot and they want you to, view them differently because of how they're behaving. There were times where, like, I would walk in and like the kids would be listening to music and they're like dancing, and I feel like a lot of the TikTok dancing and a lot of the stuff that they're learning, it's very it's too mature for their age. So I would see the narcissist point of view. But then, instead of trying to teach them, it was this hate towards them. And this is why I say, like, when it comes to the innocents, they hate them. They're not there to help their community. Why? What's the difference? Your daughter could be acting the same way, and he's like, no, my daughter's really smart. She goes to a good school. She's intelligent. She's always using words that I've never used before. She's nothing like these kids. That's one thing I can say is my daughter was raised right. Nothing like these kids. I could tell my daughter's going to be someone. And it's crazy to determine the fact that your kid is smart now and say that your kid is going to be better than someone else's kid, when that kid can decline and the other kid that's declining can go through the roof. This is why you don't get it. You don't put yourself with children to play this narcissistic game that you're playing with adults. But see, the narcissist goes after the innocent. So to them, the innocent aren't any different from adults. They feel like adults are children, and they feel like they feel like everyone's a kid. So they feel like there's nothing wrong. Well, there's no difference between kids and adults. That's how in the narcissist's mind, because they think they're smarter than everyone, they don't see a difference. They just look at it like, if you're young, I can mold you. It's easier to mold you. It's easier to breadcrumb you and get you to do whatever I want you to do. In their mind, they feel like some of these kids are smarter than their parents. So if the narcissist is lacking, especially if they're not doing so well, low-grade narcissists, they feel as if everyone has an inner child, and I can't be in a relationship with someone who's serious because I'm not a serious person, and because I only want to have fun, I should be with someone young that only wants to have fun. They're not thinking that that person needs an opportunity, that person needs and a chance to go to school, a chance to be around people their age. They're not thinking of any of those things. They're only thinking, I want to have fun. So once that person, gets older, like I did, and realized, oh, there's no direction, no goal, and now you become serious with this person is looking at you like, oh, you're a grown up now. And you're looking at them like you're older than me. You're looking at them, but in their mind, it's not about that. It's about power. It's about control. And it's not to judge anyone, but the narcissist will prey on streetwalkers and people who are in sex workers, basically. The narcissist will prey on their innocence. So if there's a sex worker that's not, I'm not saying a Jezebel who loves what she's doing, who loves the money, the sex and the money is turning her on. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who have been doing it for a while and they've realized that they're not going to make it out alive without God, but they also know that they took things too far. And those people reminisce about the past, about their fathers sexually abusing them, about, being brought up in foster care and no one wanting them, and no one, they're out in the world and they feel like no one wants them still. So if no one wants them, why not charge strangers, right? They're like, no one wants me, why not? I've been the black sheep from the beginning. Some of these people even could have came from good homes, and it's like they got caught up in drugs and now they're in this hole that they can't get out of. And the narcissist will come and experiment these drugs with them and pretend like they want to help them. They're preying on their innocence, on their story. Some of these women, they're goners. It's like no one's home, and the narcissist will come and they're like, since no one's home, I'll just destroy you just because. If they listen to your story now, they want to save you because that's the best they can get. So the narcissist will go and they will go and prey on those people, on the innocent, because even though what they're doing is not so innocent, the narcissist sees innocence in them. They see children like in their eyes, in their spirit. They see children that were hurt and now they're doing stuff that they might not be proud of, right? So the narcissist goes after these people and they will treat these people nicer than you. And they'll treat them nicer than you because in their eyes, it's like, you're not innocent. This person's doing worse than you. They're innocent. They're the innocent person. This is why you'll see that narcissists will always leave you for someone who is trashy. And you're like, why are they with this trashy person? But the only reason they're with these type of people is because they can easily manipulate these people. They can come into their life and be their masters. I'm not like everyone else. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to judge you because you were a sex worker, and then that's just an excuse to exploit you. Because the narcissist goes after the innocent. So, they'll be doing this, they'll be going after sex workers, children, some of them are with men who are gay. They're going after men who are gay, and they're going after them and they're listening to their stories, how their families don't accept them, they don't accept their sexuality. And here the narcissist goes and they exploit this person, and then they say, I'm not gay, I have a girlfriend, and that person's in love with them. And the narcissist is like, I was never gay, I was just being your friend, I was just being there for you because I don't judge people. But they were getting off of your innocence. This is why I say they get off on your innocence. So they see you're innocent, you're emotional, you have empathy, you have feelings. They go after you because of these things. So I hope that this gave you guys a better understanding on narcissists and why they go after the innocent. And and this is why you'll see that a lot of them, they'll put their hands on you, they'll hit you, but they won't go and hit a grown man. They won't put their hands on a grown-ass man. Like, I've seen it time and time again with a lot of narcissists. It takes them a while. Like, you have to force them into a fight with a man a lot of times, because they're all talk. And when they abuse, they go after the innocent. They'll hit a kid quickly. They'll beat your kid quickly, and it's not even their kid, and they'll beat the kid. When you're dealing with a real man, he's going to see a woman, get beaten. A lot of times people don't like to get involved, but a real man is going to get involved. A real man sees a kid being abused by their dad or someone. A real man is going to get involved, and they're not going to care if the narcissist wants to fight. And a lot of times the narcissist wasn't ready, and this is how they end up with black eyes all the time. Narcissists, prey on the innocence of others. So you can be looking up to someone. You can look up to someone and you're like, they have kids that look like me. And I look up to this woman and, she reminds me of my mom. Narcissists, don't care about anyone. They only care about the power and control that they can have over people as these people are circling around their universe. So if they're preying on the innocence of their own children, why would they care about anyone, in the world at all? So they prey on the innocence of others. So if you do remind them of a relative, of an aunt, of a cousin, of an uncle, of a sister, they're only going to use that as their, to take advantage of the situation. And this is why they'll stick together, but it's only to exploit one another. They feel like I could discipline him. If you have children and you bring this narcissist around, they think they can hit your kid straight up. They think they can exploit them and abuse them. And, they're playing they're wearing a mask. They're being nice, like great parent, great stepdad. They're cooking breakfast. They're all in the kitchen cooking gourmet meals. But let that kid disrespect you. They'll go in and they'll abuse that kid. They'll hit that kid. They'll feel like they have the right to do it. And they feel, and their excuse is they were taking up for you. They were defending you. They were putting you as a priority. And then they try to make it seem like it's you and them against your kid. They try to tag team you to secretly, they secretly want to tag team your own kid with you. And now the kid starts to hate you and them, but then they go into the room and start being nice with the kid. So now the kid is confused and they're just angry with you, not even at their stepdad. And now they've came into your house and destroyed your household. And now, these are the type of people that could play the nice guy role and then exploit you. And they feel like, oh, if I wouldn't have done it, someone else would have done it anyway. Because if I was able to do this, someone worse than me could have came. A narcissist that's worse than me could have came here. And not only would they had done what I did, they could have killed you. See, I could kill you, but I don't want to kill you. I don't want to go to jail. But there's other narcissists who are way more of a whack job than me. So in their mind, they just justified everything they've done to you and your family. And then when they're getting in trouble or if they get their karma, they become angry. It's like, I wasn't supposed to get caught. I wasn't supposed to get in trouble. Or they'll just deny the whole thing even happened and believe it. And they believe when they tell themselves that something didn't happen, the way you think it happened. They believe their own lies. And because they believe their own lies, now they can get angry with you and lash out. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information is on the description. Just give me about 24 hours to respond to you. And if you guys are new to my podcast and you guys enjoy podcasts like this one and many more, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.